Boom. If you guys don't know me, my name is Andrew Cruzy. I built a company called Tribe Buyers, which was a coaching company. I grew a Facebook group up to 23,000 members totally organically. I was known as the Facebook groups guy or the organic guy back in the day. Built an awesome team in that company, 20 people when I sold it in 2021. Removed myself from the value chain in business and was able to sell it. And created some pretty cool programs from $97 to $1,000 to $6,000 to $30,000 to $60,000. So I've done a breadth of different offers and programs at different price points, know how to fulfill on those bad boys and all of that. So if you guys have any questions on like, what do you do in those programs or anything like that, just let me know. And the team was awesome. Really what we're going to be talking about here, like once you scale past 30K per month, it's really how quickly can we hire culture fits, train them up to KPI and build systems. Really 0 to 30K is finding a product market fit, which is the biggest part. Because as you guys know, our offers are the foundation of our business. If we don't have solid offers, solid messaging, it's like building a business on a foundation of sand instead of concrete. And it's like pulling teeth when we're prospecting or selling or anything like that. So that's kind of where we start with everything. And yeah, the first stage from 0 to 10 or 0 to 30K, I think people just get distracted. Really, the first stage is shaking up the marketplace and selling. Then once you get past that, it's, hey, make your clients rich, like dial in the fulfillment, make sure you don't lose sight of top of funnel and marketing and sales. And then from there, it's make your team rich, make yourself rich, make your clients rich, make your team rich, right? So yeah, and then I took a year off after selling the business. It was cool to sell the business. I got a chunk up front, and then I got paid each month for 2 years. So I didn't really have to do anything. I got into real estate investing, into crypto investing, and to all of that stuff, and traveled the world. Went to Africa first, went to Marrakesh, Morocco, which was awesome. Got to spend a night, well, actually 3 nights in the Sahara Desert. Then went to Europe for a little bit, and then I've just been traveling around Central America for the past 2 years in Mexico City now. And then built up another business. I was like, I'm really good at coaching, so I'm going to get back into that, not just on the business side, but also on the personal development side. So that's what we do now. Learned some pretty cool things with working with like Cole Gordon and John Whiting and Doug Botten and Jen Stacy Conkey, helping them start their offers initially and then them scaling them past 7, 8 figures, that sort of stuff. And I've found that there are 5 stages in terms of scaling from 0 to $1 million in profit per year. So when we hit 300K per month in terms of cash collected, we should have about a 33% profit margin, which comes out to $1 million per year, right? And then at that point, it's pretty much we've achieved financial freedom, just putting that into investments and then passive investments outweighing our expenses and all that stuff. So we're going to be going through those 5 stages, exactly what to focus on, all that good stuff. Does that sound good to you guys? All right. So this is why I brought up Miro. I just like to brain dump everything on Miro. As you can see, I have a bunch of different frameworks, methodologies, all that stuff on this page. We'll go through some of these here, which will hopefully get the point across. But here are the 5 founder stages of scaling past 300K per month. The very first one, 0 to 30K per month, is just finding a product market fit and shaking up the marketplace, marketing and selling, taking as much traffic that you don't own to traffic that you do own in mass. So I read that in .com Secrets back in 2018, and then I just hyper focused on moving people from other Facebook groups into my Facebook group. I got obsessed with that. I remember chugging Monsters in my parents' basement and just creating a crap ton of content, having a crap ton of conversations, and moving them over to my Facebook group. If we have an audience, we'll never be poor. So in this stage, we just want to focus on audience growth, audience growth, audience growth. Don't overthink it. Don't create this website or anything super fucking fancy. It's really just about having one audience and moving traffic that you don't own to traffic that you do own. And you'll get a lot of feedback from those people and from your content, from the conversations you have, so you can better dial in your product market fit. So that's how we think about it from 0 to 30K. It's really one high ticket offer plus low ticket offers to build confidence, which I'll share with you guys what those are. And building one audience, one solid audience. That could be in a Skool group, a Facebook group, definitely on your personal profile. I'm a big fan of turning your personal profile on Facebook into a marketing asset. We've made $3.5 million off my personal profile. I know it can be scary at first, especially with your friends and your family on there. But what's kind of cool, over the past 7 years, I've had people from my college and from my high school join my programs just because I didn't delete them off or anything. And then they warmed up through the content and they were like, I want to do what you're doing, right? And also, I would say everybody here, start a YouTube channel imperfectly. The way that the industry is going is that there's a trust recession, massive fucking trust recession inside of the coaching space and agency space. So the way to overcome that is with intimacy, what I call intimacy marketing. One way to do that is through a YouTube channel. When somebody's watching video after video after video on a YouTube channel, it increases the intimacy with you so freaking much. And even with a small channel of a few hundred or 1,000 people, you'll be able to create a $50,000, $100,000 a month business, right? If you have your offer structured properly. Another way for intimacy marketing is groups, community funnel. Even Cole Gordon says the easiest way to scale past 200K per month is through a community funnel, which we started with him. We helped him start his Facebook group, but now it can either be Facebook group or Skool as well. So yeah, the old VSLs, the old ads, the old webinars just aren't working anymore. The old DM setter methodologies, that sort of stuff, just not working anymore. Paid trials are a great way to put yourself on the line. Here's basically everything, and getting people in with more intimacy to go to the next level. These workshops as well, we do a weekly workshop. Another way to increase intimacy, to get over the trust recession and all that stuff in the coaching and agency space. Does that make sense? Are you guys with me on that? Cool. So we've got to do things differently than how they were done back in like 2017 to 2020. It was crazy. You could just put up a post, DM set, and then sell easily. But now we've got to do some different methodologies to increase trust, right? Cool. You guys following me on that? Is that helpful? Okay. If you guys have any questions along the way, drop them into the chat or hop off mute. That's perfect. So with artist phase, there are kind of two different sections. The first section is just like 0 to 10K. In that phase, it's usually just you. I don't recommend having other team members unless you have a partner and you guys have a really good vision and you're going here, yada, yada, yada. You can do that. But really, first stage is just making yourself rich. Like, highly recommend getting into programs and that sort of stuff, 0 to 10K. I made a lot of scary investments at that point, but a lot of those people ended up becoming my clients, the people that, the programs I joined into, and I built my network that way. And my friends group changed from drinking buddies to entrepreneurs online, and all of that stuff. And yeah, we'll go over like the one offer to create and how to market and sell it initially to get past 10K in 90 days, right? And the main thing, just focus on your audience. Then 10K to 30K per month. We definitely want to get a setter in there to book more calls. Like team and systems are the ultimate form of leverage. From 10K to 100K, where I see people go through the biggest income roller coaster, is they don't hire and delegate properly, so they're stuck doing absolutely everything. And that's why they go through the income roller coaster, right? Um, so, so minimal viable team from 10K to 30K, setter, SDR, booking more calls, and a virtual assistant. Best places to hire a virtual assistant, Philippines, Venezuela, and Argentina right now. Their economies aren't the best. They're super hardworking people, super appreciative, right? Hiring is one of the hardest things that we'll do in business, but the ultimate skill set that we can build. Like you look at Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk, why do they have these huge companies? The team, right? They were able to acquire top talent and retain top talent and all that stuff, right? But it's very difficult. You're going to suck at first. That's just what happens. But one of the best skill sets that we can build, right? Cool. And we'll get into the offers as well at each stage. Really, artist phase, builder phase, what you're looking at is high ticket offer, 3K to 10K, and then some low ticket offers that I'll share with you. They're working really well right now to lead to sales for a core offer, right? Then when you're in systemizer phase, you can think of a high ticket backend offer. So we have 30K offers, that sort of stuff. If you're launching a high ticket backend offer, and if you guys are above, let's say 50K per month right now, you want to start thinking about that. It will bring in more monthly reoccurring revenue. Like for us in Tribe Buyers, we were starting each month at $120,000 coming in from our MRR of our back offer. And that's just because we launched it the right way. And I didn't know it was the right way at the time, but it worked out really well. First time we launched our 30K offer, we got 12 people at an event and 4 people bought in. So it was a $120,000 day. Then we did it again, another $120,000 day at a live in-person event over a weekend, Friday through Sunday. And then we got 200 people in a room at Tribe Buyers Live in 2019. And then we sold, what was that, 20 some spots and did $1.1 million. And that's what got our monthly reoccurring revenue way up on that high ticket backend offer. So in systemizer phase, you want to be thinking about that. Also in systemizer phase, you want to have at least a couple people on your team to delegate thinking to. So we have hearts, brains, and hands in our business, right? So the founder, usually the heartbeat, the vision, the values, the direction, the signal, right? And then we start developing our executive team, the brain, the people who can think. For example, I hired Avery Ford when I was around like 50K per month, and he took over fulfillment. He built out videos, made sure the clients were taken care of, all of that stuff. And I could delegate thinking to him to build out that stuff and take care of the clients and that sort of stuff, right? Also might be a sales manager, an ops manager, a marketing manager, somebody that, at least 2 of those that you can delegate thinking to, right? That's the ultimate form of leverage. Then they delegate to the hands, the setters, the sales reps, the CSMs, client success managers, that sort of stuff, and getting that stuff off your plate. So doing that, and then business owner phase is when you more advise the machine, and you have at least 2 brains in place. And then it's just how quickly can we hire culture fits and train our team members up to KPI, right? And it's more of a data game than anything. And then board member phase right here, 300K per month. You own the machine and you should be profiting at least 33% and doing over $1 million per year and having that financial freedom, right? It's not easy. We've got to shift and change our identity at each phase and start operating slightly differently. So when we hit those plateaus in business, it's just we haven't shaken up the snow globe, shift our identity and shift how we were operating to scale to the next level. or our offers and our messaging just get hit at a level and they're not dialed in. That's why the offer and messaging is the most important part. It's the heartbeat of our organization, right? So after this, I'm going to go into more of the specifics around each stage, starting with artist, going up to systemizer. But I would love for you guys to share your biggest takeaways on the 5 founding stages. Pop it in the chat. What's up, Nina? Edwin, Lorena, good to see you. Cool. Oh, we got some questions too. So I'll hit these questions while you guys put in your biggest takeaways. Julian, what type of work do you normally delegate to VA in a coaching business? Everything. Basically, I went through 12 different executive assistant VAs, and then I found Maiko, who's been on my team for 2.5 years now. And all day, every day, I'm with her in Slack saying, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? Can you get it off my plate? You want to find one right-hand person who just figures shit out. They're really good at ChatGPT, really good with YouTube, really good with Google searches, and just figure shit out. And basically, I delegate everything to her, like help with Airtable, GHL automations, uploading videos, checking in with clients, overdue payments, like, just everything. Take it off my plate, right? And having that right-hand person before we have a COO in our business is so crucial to freeing up our time, right? Cool. Jason, how much of the work is delegated away at the level to fulfill? So you're talking about when we like bring in a CSM and we're like in that stage 30K to 100K. And so you're an agency, right, Jason? See here?
Yeah.
Cool. Do you have a CSM right now?
Sorry, CSM?
Client Success Manager?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, sweet. So you want to delegate as much as you can on the fulfillment side with retaining the quality of the result. What I recommend there is Loom videos, SOP trackers, a specific channel on Slack just to train your fulfillment team, and expect them to fuck up for the first month or two and just train really freaking hard to get as much off your plate as humanly possible when it comes to fulfillment while retaining the results. Like with hiring and with delegating, getting stuff off our plate, it's the hardest thing to do in business. And they're gonna fuck up at first, typically. But I usually give people a 2-month grace period with fucking up royally. And I look to create as many processes as possible and review their work. So like with CSMs and with like setters and salespeople, I use a lot of Loom and I use a lot of Slack. So for example, inside of the agency, you can have them shoot a Loom video of them setting up an ad or whatever it is. Hey, can you review my work? Sweet, go through that quick Loom video and just help train them that way. Also, what I do inside of Airtable is we have one section just for SOPs. And as soon as the CSM joins or a sales development rep, we just change the ownership of that SOP to that person. So we have onboarding SOPs with just a bunch of Loom videos. And then for each section, so like client success section, event section, like this is how you do it. I use a lot of Loom, a lot of Slack, and a lot of Airtable in terms of helping the team perform their job at the highest level. Did that answer your question, Jason?
Yeah.
Cool. Sweet. Because our main objective in business is to remove ourselves from the value chain, right? To be in that leadership position. So that's why I was able to sell my business and be able to bring in 50% profit each month and make multiple seven figures, is because I removed myself from the value chain. So for awareness, lead generation, and lead nurturing, and presenting the sales opportunity, all marketing activities, right? I hired Jimmy Ratowski to run our ads, to create our funnels, to make the posts for our Facebook group, all of that stuff. He was one of the last hires that I did in the value chain, get out of that stuff, right? And now he writes copy for Closers.io. And then I hired Marco Cortesi to take care of the sales conversion. So he ran the sales team and all of that stuff. And then I hired Avery Ford and Brad Newman to take care of the fulfillment and take care of the upsell referral testimonial process, right? And then I removed myself from taking a stranger, somebody not knowing us, to a buyer and a raving fan and getting the result. So usually it's like three big heads with marketing, sales, fulfillment. And then also outside of that value chain is a COO or an operations manager. And this is huge. I wish I knew when I was starting what an operations manager was responsible for. And it's actually really simple. They are in charge of helping the team set KPI and surpass KPI. Set number targets and surpass number targets. That's it, right? So that includes helping them develop processes to do their job better, right? And that team cohesiveness, how they're actually communicating to surpass their KPI targets, all of that stuff. So if you guys are wondering what a COO is responsible for, an operations person, I don't recommend hiring until that type of person until you're over 100K, 200K per month, but that's what they're responsible for. Cool. Okay. Your brains do some of the thinking for you. Your brains then delegate to the hands. I love it, Stephanie. Cool. People hiring is extremely important but hard. Yes, Romania. Cool. And then Gabriel, how do we balance only primarily focusing on building an audience from 0 to 10K when building systems and our product could be a huge part of why an audience would care to listen to us? So the main thing is shaking up the marketplace and selling, and done is better than perfect, and the clarity will come in the doing, especially 0 to 10K. So you promote what you're building out on the product side and on the fulfillment side while you're like growing. So we just built out a habit tracker together. Holy shit. I would just take the screenshots of that bad boy and then post it up marketing everywhere. So while you're building the product and that sort of stuff, also use that for your marketing and showing the cool things that are coming along and all that stuff. Does that make sense? You guys with me? Cool. Sweet. Good stuff. Thank you, dude. Airtable's awesome. So cool. All right. So, boom. Inside of our programs, under Genesis and everybody in the trial here, if you have not gone into the roadmaps here, you can click on that and you get all of these Miro roadmaps that I'm about to go over right here for you. Boom. Basically just how my brain thinks and all of that. And we have a short video going over this. But also I'm redoing these roadmaps of 0 to 10K in 90 days. For clients and fulfillment, I highly recommend having something like this set up for them where, hey, this is the result that you can get if you just hit these numbers, do these things, set these things up, and do these things on a daily basis and these things on a weekly basis, and you will cross this marker. So we call these the client success checklists. So I'm redoing these right now, so I can show you the latest version of it. But for everybody currently inside the trial, you can hit those. So 0 to 10K in 90 days, 10K to 50K in 90 days, boom, right there. Just check those off. You do those goes directly to the videos on how to do those. And then scaling past 100K per month in 90 days from 50K per month, right? So all that stuff is in there. Boo, 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 boo. Let's see. I've got the offer roadmap in here. There we go. So let's talk about the offers first. In terms of scaling past 300K per month, this is what we recommend for offer structure. So the very first thing is building your audience. If you have an audience, you'll never be poor, right? And if you don't have an offer yet, get a shit ton of testimonials, book one-on-one calls, help them out with a specific problem in their life or their business, and get video and written testimonials. We just did this with one of our sisters, Nora. She was doing human design. She loved human design. She didn't know how she was going to monetize it. She got 5 video testimonials from doing this. Then she posted those up and people were like, how do I get a human design reading? And she was like, it'll be $97. And then she sold a few of those. And one of those people enrolled into her core program at 3K. It was the most money that she's ever made online or in a single payment or anything like that. And her core offer was just built off of a Google document that we helped her with. And it was all around achieving your full potential through human design. I think it was over 90 days or something like that for 3K. So at the very beginning, get results and show results. Don't do a free trial of like 90 days for this program just for testimonials. It'll waste a shit ton of time. What we recommend is get testimonials from one-on-one calls, helping with a very specific problem. Then you can turn those into paid calls. And some of those people actually ascend into your core offer, right? Usually the core offer usually starts with more one-on-one mentorship, more touch points. But with just these 2 things, and we're going to go into kind of the low ticket offers as well. But that should scale you past, with building your audience, DM skills, sales skills, that should scale you past 30K per month. When we're past 30K per month, we want to work on productizing our offers, right? That means more videos, the success checklist, our client success team, and getting ourselves out of the delivery of everything, right? So it goes more into a group. There are still one-on-one touch points, like we still have one-on-one Slack channels and all of that stuff, and one-on-one calls inside of there, but it's also more group inside of there. That offer should scale you past 80K per month. And then look at having a low ticket reoccurring offer or a course offer from there. I know this is small. I can see Julian being like, what's in there? And then increasing a shit ton of monthly reoccurring revenue. Think about a back-end mastermind mentorship, that sort of stuff. And that will scale you past 300K. But just like Alex Harmozy says, one core offer past $1 million, right? That's what we're saying here. The other things that you can sell to build confidence, just like Nora, she sold a paid call. Those are working really, really well nowadays, especially with the trust recession. People are wanting things less for free and want to do things paid. So you can do a paid $97 session, or we did a $297 offer audit that goes perfectly into a sales call. And I think we should talk more about this. We can help more one-on-one, more touch points there. Are you open for a call next week? I've got Tuesday, Wednesday open after you give them the goods on that call. Other things that's working really well, paid master classes, $97 master classes. You get 10 to 20 people on. You do a $97 session. and then invite them into your program or your service, right? Um, and then paid trials too. So we just had 27 people sign up for the paid trial over the past couple days, which is great. And then they get to experience this and be like, oh, I actually want more one-on-one and mentorship support from you and the team and the accountability and have that community. Cool, let's explore that, right? And personalized roadmap and all of that. Cool. Does that make sense for the offers? Guys with me on that? Cool, cool, cool. Awesome. I love these questions, guys. So we'll rock out these questions and then go into the minimal viable team at each stage, which is really powerful. So what if you hired a media buyer, for example, and leveraged their results? So I'm not a big fan of that, leveraging other people's results, unless they're a part of your team and are they setting up ads for your clients. Um, the big thing in just life in general for everybody here, just like it starts with us. Just like do cool shit, create that story even if it's scary. And then basically in the coaching space especially, like people are buying like your story essentially. So do cool shit and write a story in your life. And then it makes it so much easier to sell, right? Cool, just bad eyesight, need some glasses, totally. Nick says, can you expand on big head? What's that? Long tail for coaching program that sells for $10,000. What are some options for the back end? Like what's the back end offer? I think this is going to be super helpful. You're not going to have like a back end offer right off the bat, especially if you have a core offer. You've got to grow and expand yourself while you're building your core offer to have a back end offer. Or share how we want to form our offers is in a problem solution format, right? So my very first offer, group growth and monetization blueprint, was to help people pass 1,000 people in their Facebook group, build their audience and launch their first offer and do a 10K launch. Cool. They built their audience, they launched their first offer, sweet. Then what do they want to do from there? They want to create a business out of it, right? They want to get past like 200K per year. And they want to have their offers productized and have a small team and turn it into an actual business. Because if we don't have a team, we're really just like employees and we're doing everything ourselves. When we really start running a business is when we have team members. So in Authority Accelerator, that's what we help them do. Is a 90 days, 6K, like help you get past 200K per year and make this an actual business. Then people wanted to scale past 7 figures. And when I was running Authority Accelerator at first, I wasn't past 7 figures. And then I learned how to scale that past 7 figures with team and systems. So then my back end offer was 7-figure CEO. At first it was called Authority Accelerator Elite. Then I did a long ass breathwork session and I'm like, oh, 7-figure CEO would be a much better name for that. That's when we started selling the back end offer at 30K for a year. And there was a 60K option as well with more one-on-one with me. So each level there was problem solution. So it was a natural ascension from one offer to the next. Where I see a lot of people screw up is that they have competing offers and they don't complement one another and stack on top of one another. For example, Franco Urbaez came in, I think this was 2020, and we did one session, could see his offers were competing. We totally deleted one offer and then put in a back-end offer. We launched it at an event and made $400,000 at an event. He sold 21 out of 23 people in the room. And that's when his offers stopped competing. And then he was able to scale from 40K per month to over 100K per month in a short amount of time. And his testimonials in Skool. I know if you don't believe me, all the testimonials are in Skool there, if you want to check those out. Cool. And Jason, what do you like about the Skool system? So, the thing that I love most, Jason, is how frictionless it is to build out courses. When I use Kajabi, I would have to download, upload the video, all of that stuff. Inside of Skool, I love how I can just shoot a Loom video and put the link in there and grab the SOP from the Loom video and put that in the description. In terms of optimizing the courses and that sort of stuff, oh my God, it's perfect. In terms of the lead generation side of things for Skool, what I like most about it is we're getting free leads about 5 to 10 each day just from people finding us in the discovery section and like, I'll take that all day. Awesome. And then we're capturing phone number and email as soon as they join the Skool community. And that goes into our Go high level. So then we put them into an automated text and email sequence as well. You can do that inside of Facebook groups and that sort of stuff, but I just like the functionality inside of Skool. Plus, reciprocity kicks in really fast when they're going through your free course. So I love that as well. So we've done about $425,000 over the past 6 months from Skool. And they're much higher quality conversations on Skool compared to Facebook, just because most people on Skool have joined a coaching program or a mastermind or that sort of stuff, right? So a few reasons why I like it. We'll take one more question and then go into the minimal viable team to scale out of each phase here. So Edwin, how do you create a core offer that accounts for lifestyle changes or aligns with your values, especially when those things change over time? That's what I love about coaching is like you can always change like the delivery of your offers or the messaging of your offers and that sort of stuff. So for me, when I started in 2017, it was around fitness. I had just lost 20 pounds in 90 days. So I thought I was going to be a fitness coach. And then I bought Tai Lopez's program and started an agency. And that was my start. And I built that up to 10, 15K per month. And then I joined another coaching program, a 10K program to help me grow my Facebook group. And then I grew my Facebook group around becoming the 6-figure digital marketer. Then I changed that Facebook group into, it was like messenger bots for entrepreneurs. I got really good at messenger bots and sold them to my agency clients. And then I sold templates to agency owners, right? And then I changed that into, what was it? It was something around coaches. And then I turned that into scaling past 7 figures. Then I turned that into Masters of Fate. So I've changed it so many times over the past 6 years. And you can do that over and over and over and over, right? Cool. Main thing, just build your audience, right? And have an audience and do it imperfectly. Done is better than perfect. The clarity will come in the doing. Cool. You guys with me? Sweet. So the minimal viable team here. Boom. All right. Boom. Team roadmap. 0 to 10K, artist phase, just you, 90% profit, make yourself rich first. And I always recommend having a bookkeeper. If you don't have a bookkeeper, you're an entrepreneur, get a bookkeeper. They will save you more money than with taxes and everything than you're paying them. And our scorecard as entrepreneurs is our profit and loss statement that we get each month, right? How much revenue or how much money have we made? How much went out? How much profit do we have? That's our scorecard, right? Then 10K to 50K per month, here's minimal viable team. You, executive assistant, just getting shit off your plate, start part-time, move to full-time. And then a setter, sales representative, and a fulfillment specialist, right? Getting some fulfillment off your plate, start part-time, start moving to full-time. After 30K per month, think about getting a sales rep in place and getting sales calls off your plate, and then a setter to book more calls, especially after 10K per month. Systemizer, 10 to 50K right here. Having somebody to help you with funnels and some copy and that sort of stuff with a marketing assistant. You have that sales rep, but then you might add one more setter. And then underneath fulfillment, you might add in some, especially in the coaching industry, some subject matter experts. So we have 4 people inside of our higher end programs that coach on sales, that coach on fulfillment, that coach on copywriting, that sort of stuff. And you don't need to pay them that much, like $1,000 for 4 calls, or you can do a trade and a swap with them. Boom. I've broken down all the payments here. So everybody that's in the trial, you guys have that. So that's good to go. Cool. So what we talked about today were the 5 stages of scaling from 0 to 300K per month. And the big thing that we went over were the offer and the offer creation pathways. And we talked about the minimal viable team right here. And inside of our programs, we just have the success checklists that lead directly to the videos to watch to do these things at the right stage. And if you do these things, you'll scale out of that stage. So cool. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So we got about 9 minutes here for Q&A, but I'd love for you guys to share first. What was your biggest takeaway from this session? Nick, Dylan, Edwin, Lorena, Ben, Nina, Abdo, Julian, Dragon, pop it in the chat. Stephanie.
Yeah, the stuff on bookkeeping, man, it's a good one. It's really small, but it makes such a big difference, really.
Yeah. I can't tell you how many people just go into make a lot of money and then go back into debt. And it's not about what we make, it's about what we keep and what we grow, right? And a lot of people are afraid to look at their finances. Shit, when I was $82,000 in student loan debt and had $600 to my name, I didn't want to fucking look at it. But it wasn't until I finally started looking at it and building my audience where I was like, wow, this audience is potential, like invisible ROI coming in. And I started focusing on, cool, let me just grow my business. Or finally, we had a $62,000 month in February of 2018, and I was able to pay off the rest of my student loan debt. And I was like, holy shit, I'm free, you know? It wasn't until I finally fucking looked at it where things started to change, so.
Yeah, 100%.
Love it that there's a known and proven process to scale. Awesome, love it, Nick. Focus on the right phase and the right MV team. Thanks, Andrew, 100%. Yeah, I think there are a lot of programs out there that's kind of just cookie cutter. And like, there's a big difference of scaling from 0 to 10K or 10K to 30K or 30K to 100K. And what we're doing when we're starting out is not what we're doing when we're past 30K per month, right? So we have to have different roadmaps for those things. So cool. Any recommendations for bookkeepers or softwares? Yes. So I always recommend my bookkeeper, Sasha. She's absolutely incredible and CFO of Cole's company, Closers.io. So if you just hit me up in DMs and just say Sasha, I'll send you over her link to connect with her. So this is all in the Skool community. So this is all in our trial community and in our Systemized to CEO program. So that we're doing a 7-day full access to all of this. Just hit me up with a DM and we can send you over the link for the trial. Inside of the Systemized to CEO program, it's 6 months to handhold you to scale past each phase in business. So we link up Slack channels, we have one-on-one calls, we have group calls, and we help define a very custom roadmap for you based on your offers. And one of my favorite things is auditing people's offers and just giving them slight tweaks that usually go a long way. So that's what the Systemized to CEO program is all about. So cool. Yeah, if you want the trial link, just hit me up with a DM if you're not in there yet. Cool. Sweet. Well, awesome, guys. Thanks for being here today. Everybody that's in the trial and in the group chat, I'll hit you guys up with some additional things to focus on for some quick wins in terms of content, some assets to get up, that sort of stuff. But this has been awesome. And yeah, thank you guys so much for showing up today. Same time next week, and I'll talk to you guys soon.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.